Yo, what's good, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another reaction video. We got the most evil females reacting to life sentences. Let's check this out.
I intentionally killed her. I don't feel no remorse for the death of them demons.
Whoa. What the hell? They're trying to attack her lawyer and shit.
The way I was portrayed, everything.
Okay, this bitch look like a man whole time. Big ass ears.
These are the faces of women who committed some of the most shocking crimes in recent history. From stoic and unremorseful stares to complete emotional breakdowns, these women's response to their fate was as shocking as their
she
crime.
has no soul, bro. You can tell
the chilling
by looking
reactions of
at
some
her
of the
eyes.
most
She has no
notorious
fucking
female
soul
criminals.
whatsoever. Okay.
Let's begin at Wayne County Circuit Court, where Mitchell
Detroit,
Blair
Michigan.
is about to receive the ultimate punishment for her actions. 35-year-old
What the fuck she
Michelle
do?
Blair is facing charges of first-degree murder for the death of her daughter and felony murder for the death of her son. In
What the
2015,
fuck, bro?
an
Killing
ordinary
both
day
your
in
kids
Detroit's
is
Martin
insane.
Park neighborhood turned into
That's
a
nasty
nightmare.
work,
On a
bro.
routine March morning, bailiffs arrived at Michelle Blair's townhouse for an eviction and made a shocking discovery. As they removed the furniture, a strong smell hinted at something sinister. Their search led them to a white freezer in the corner of the room. Opening it, they found the frozen remains of a child.
Oh my gosh, bro, that's gotta be traumatizing
The victims were later
walk
identified
into.
as Blair's children, 13-year-old
Damn,
Stony
R.I.P.
Blair and her 9-year-old brother, Stephen Berry. Mitchell Blair was arrested and taken to court. Throughout the hearings, Blair showed no remorse and boldly admitted to killing her children before the judge.
I intentionally killed her. I don't feel no remorse for the death of them demons.
Nah,
Mind,
you the
these
demon,
were her
bitch.
kids she was talking about.
Like, bro,
Throughout the trial,
what could your kids possibly do for you to fucking kill them, my nigga? Especially like, bro, what did she say? It was a 6 or 9-year-old, a 13-year-old. How old was the other one?
later identified as Blair's children, 13-year-old Stony Blair and her 9-year-old brother.
Like, bro, what
Stephen
can a
Mitchell
9-year-old
Blair
do
was
to you,
arrested and
bro,
taken
for you to
court.
kill him?
Throughout the hearings,
Like,
Blair
bro, that's
showed no remorse
bullshit.
and boldly admitted to killing her children before the judge.
I intentionally killed her. I don't feel no remorse for the death of them demons.
Keep in mind, these were her kids she was talking about. Throughout the trial, Blair maintained that she killed her children, Stephen and Stony, after discovering they were sexually assaulting her youngest son. However, no evidence was ever
Huh? What? Wait, what?
Stony, after discovering they were sexually assaulting her youngest son. However, no evidence was ever found to support her accusations. During Blair's
How could you say some
sentencing,
shit like
Judge Dana
that?
Hathaway had a few words to say before passing her judgment.
The greatest tragedy here is that they will never know what a life is like without experiencing fearing their mother.
That
They
shit
will
is
never
crazy,
know
bro.
the joy of what could have been in their life without having you in it. They lived in terrible fear of you. And I find that just so sad in this case.
With that, the judge handed down her sentence.
After all is said and done, you imposed the death penalty on your own children.
I did.
And you readily admit it, and you want to take responsibility of it. You're therefore sentenced to the Michigan Department of Corrections for the rest of your life without the possibility of parole,
W.
meaning, of course, that you will never get out.
Lock your
While
bitch
the
ass
sentence
up,
was being
nigga.
handed down,
Hope somebody
Mitchell
kill you
Blair's
in jail.
face was stoic, showing absolutely no remorse. Mitchell Blair is currently in prison, where she will remain for the rest of her life. If Michelle Blair's
crazy.
reaction shocked you, brace yourselves for Taylor Schabusiness's reaction after a judge postponed her trial. In Green
Bro,
Bay,
trying to
Wisconsin,
beat up
Taylor
your lawyer,
Schabusiness
my
appeared
nigga,
before a judge
like,
for a competency
while you're in
hearing to assess
handcuffs is
whether she could
crazy.
understand the court
The
proceedings
person
and
that's
assist in her
trying to
defense.
defend
In
you.
February of 2022, 25-year-old Taylor Schabusiness was involved
Yeah,
in
she's
a case
chopped.
that seemed ripped from
Big
a
ass
horror novel.
nose.
Taylor and her lover, 24-year-old Shad Thirion, were together one night when their usual routine took a dark turn. After smoking meth, Taylor, in a fit of
course she's a
drug-induced
meth
rage,
smoker,
strangled
bro.
Shad to death with a chain in the basement of his mother's house.
Oh,
However,
hell
the horror
no.
did not end there. In the hours that followed, authorities claimed that Taylor Schabusiness sexually abused Shad's lifeless body before proceeding to dismember him.
What type of weird ass bitch is this?
Taylor Schabusiness sexually abused Shad's lifeless body before
Okay,
proceeding
bro,
to
you're
dismember
weird.
him.
She on some
Panicked
Jeffrey
and shocked,
Dahmer type shit.
Schabusiness immediately contacted the authorities.
Bro,
Schabusiness was
right?
charged with
I was about.
intentional
I don't even know if I can
homicide,
say that
mutilating
shit on
corpse, and
YouTube.
third-degree sexual
Bro,
assault. During the
graping
competency hearing, Judge
a
Thomas Walsh
fucking dead
presided,
body
while
is
attorney Quinn
nasty,
Dolly
bro. That
represented
is
Schabusiness. An
just
expert
low.
hired by the defense was expected to testify in the coming days, but Jolly stated that the doctor needed more time to complete his report.
Our doctor's requesting 2 additional weeks to finish preparation an evaluation of report.
Judge Walsh granted the motion, pushing back the start date of the trial to allow for a comprehensive assessment.
During the trial, and I'm looking at the week of May 15th for the trial.
And in that moment, Shabusiness jumped out of her chair and lunged at her attorney.
Bro,
in
that
fits
shit
of
is
uncontrolled
crazy.
anger. Watch it from this.
Hey,
angle.
bro, that judge is better than me because I probably would have gave her a right hand. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. Nigga, that shit would have been out of self-defense, but W for the attorney to not fight back, bro.
And restrained her. The deputies were able to remove her and place her in a holding cell. Once order was restored,
She would have caught a
the hearing
mean right hand
reconvened.
from me.
Jolly, who had remarkably sustained no injuries during the attack, requested to withdraw as Shabusiness's attorney.
At this point, I'm going to put a motion in the withdrawal from this.
That's not what you
Judge
get,
Walsh
bitch.
granted Jolly's motion to
That, bro,
withdraw,
now
and
nobody's gonna
Shabusiness
defend her.
assigned a new attorney from the state public
That's
defender's
crazy.
office. Notably, she faced no additional charges for the attack on Jolly. Taylor
I would've
Shabusiness
pressed
was
charges,
sentenced to
nigga.
life in prison without parole for killing
Damn.
and dismembering her boyfriend.
Nah, she gotta suffer for it.
Up next, we have a woman who conspired.
Oh,
with
I
her
think I
shooting
remember this
instructor to
case.
kill her ex-husband.
Didn't she,
In
like,
California
pass out in court
Diana
or some
Lovejoy
shit?
appeared before a judge for her verdict hearing. Lovejoy is being charged with conspiracy to commit murder and attempted murder of her husband, Gray Mulvihill. Diana Lovejoy and Greg Mulvihill seemed
R.I.P.,
destined
man.
for happiness, but 8 miscarriages left them heartbroken.
Nigga, what? 8, bro? 8, bro? That's crazy. I mean, like, bro, props to them for like, you know what I'm saying, continue to try to have babies, but bro, that probably fucked with her mentally. Like, but it doesn't give her the right to kill her husband. But damn, I can low key see why she
Mulvihill
snapped.
seemed destined for happiness, but 8 miscarriages
But,
left them
yo.
heartbroken. Despite the joy of their son's birth, their marriage crumbled.
Oh, they
Tension
end up
between
having
the
a
two
son?
began to escalate after a bitter
Then why the
debate
fuck you kill him?
Custody battle. A judge ordered
Custody
Diana
battle?
to pay Greg $120,000 and share custody. Furious, Diana plotted a sinister scheme with her shooting instructor, Weldon McDavid Jr. Greg was ambushed and shot after a fake private investigator's call. But
Yo!
Greg didn't die. The failed assassination led to an investigation, revealing Diana as the mastermind.
Oh, wait, so
During
they failed to
Lovejoy's
do
verdict
it?
Hearing in court, the jury read out her verdict.
We, the jury, in the above entitled cause, find the defendant, Diana Jean Lovejoy, guilty.
Diana Lovejoy was found guilty of conspiracy to commit murder and attempted murder of her estranged husband. Now watch Diana Lovejoy's reactions closely as the verdict is read.
In the Superior Court of the State
Yeah,
of
she
California,
passed out.
for the County of San
Look at this
Diego,
bitch.
the people of the State of California, plaintiff versus Weldon K. McDavid, defendant.
In a matter of seconds, Diana Lovejoy collapsed.
The crime of conspiracy to commit murder.
The presiding judge, Sim von Kalinowski, then ordered the room to be cleared so Lovejoy could receive medical attention.
That's crazy.
Diana Lovejoy lost consciousness and was taken to the hospital for treatment. Diana was sentenced to 26 years to life for her crime and
Damn.
is currently in jail.
That's tough. She thought she was gonna get out of
While
that
Diana
shit.
Lovejoy collapsed at the sound of her verdict, 31-year-old Crystal Candelario kept her straight face during her sentencing.
I'm going to sentence you to life.
Bro, she got some big ass ears too.
At Cuyahoga County Common Pleas Court, 31-year-old Crystal Candelario appeared before Judge Brendan J. Sheehan for her sentencing. Crystal Candelario faced charges of 1 count of aggravated murder and 1 count of endangering children. In the summer of 2022, Crystal Candelario
Yo,
left her
she
16-month-old
got some thick
daughter,
ass
Jailene,
thighs.
alone in a playpen with a few bottles of milk while she went on a 10-day vacation. Candelario was in Puerto Rico with a male friend, enjoying the beach and later stopping in Detroit. In court, prosecutors...
So she left her 16-month-old baby alone, bro? Okay. Some bitches just do not deserve children.
Hear this child cry.
If you listen closely, you can actually hear Candelario's daughter crying. Let's play it again.
I hear
When
it. I
Crystal
hear it.
Candelario returned home, she discovered the lifeless body of her daughter. Jailene had been trapped without food, water, or her mother's care. In a state of panic, she called 911. Candelario was immediately arrested and charged. During the sentencing hearing, the prosecution and the police laid out the harrowing details of the case, painting a picture of a mother who had forsaken her most sacred duty.
This baby loved her mother. She needed her mother.
Look how
and
cute
her
that
mother
baby is,
betrayed her.
bro.
Candelario was given a chance to
Like,
speak
how
during the
can
hearing,
you
addressing
abandon
the
a
court through an
baby like
interpreter.
that?
She expressed remorse, asking for forgiveness from the society.
Nigga,
she
bro,
had
you
shot.
ain't showing no damn remorse. You only regret because you got caught, bitch. I ain't trying to hit none of that bullshit,
From the
nigga.
daughter she had lost.
I'm extremely hurt
about everything that happened.
Damn.
No estoy tratando de justificar mis actos,
I am not trying to justify.
Now she's speaking Spanish and shit.
pero nadie sabe
Bitch, you in America.
cuánto
Speak
yo estaba
English.
sufriendo.
Fake ass tears.
But nobody knew how much I was suffering
Y por lo que
Bitch, you
estaba
weren't suffering.
and what I was going
You know exactly
It
what you was
then
doing.
time for the judge to hand down his sentence, but before he did, he had this to say.
The bond between a mother and a child is one of the most purest and most sacred bonds between human beings.
Yep.
Yet, in a shocking and betrayal of this fundamental trust, you committed the ultimate act of betrayal.
The judge then handed down the sentence.
You should spend the rest of your life in a cell without freedom.
Hell yeah.
The only difference will be that prison will at least feed you.
Cristel Candelario
Oh.
is currently serving a life sentence.
Damn, that,
without
hey,
the
bro, that's a
possibility of parole.
cold ass statement, bro. That's a cold ass statement he just said,
Up
bro.
next, we have a woman
Holy.
who broke down in tears after being convicted of murder for shooting her boyfriend 6 times. In the
Damn!
Camden County Circuit Court in Newport, Kentucky,
She
Shane
low-key
Hubers
bad, though, I ain't
appeared
even
for
gonna
a
lie.
verdict hearing. Hubers was charged with 1 count of murder after shooting her boyfriend 6 times because he was about to leave her for a Miss USA contestant. In
What the fuck, bro? Yo, you really gonna kill this nigga because he was finna leave?
to shooting her boyfriend 6 times because he was about to leave her for a Miss USA contestant. In 2011, 28-year-old
What the
Ryan
fuck,
Poston
bro?
met Shayna Hubers, a psychology student at the University of Kentucky, through his step-cousin on Facebook. They hit it off and began dating, but their relationship was marked by passionate reunions and tumultuous breakups over 18 months. By October
Damn,
12,
over 18 months,
2012,
bro?
their
Yeah, that's
relationship
toxic.
reached a breaking
I ain't
point.
gonna lie.
Ryan, 29-year-old at the time, had plans for a date with Miss Ohio USA 2012, Audrey Bolte, a meeting that would never happen. During the trial, Audrey Bolte testified for the prosecution, describing her interactions with Ryan in detail.
For some help on a review of some movies that were going on at the time, and he had replied to one of them and left a funny, interesting comment.
How did he strike you?
Funny and smart.
Cut to the discovery of his plans with Audrey through Facebook messages, ignited a rage of jealousy and desperation in Shayna.
Up off the floor, and I grabbed the gun, and I shot him.
Shayna maintained that
Shot
the
this
incident
nigga
was an
6
act of
times, bitch.
self-defense. However, in the courtroom, the prosecution, led by Michelle Snodgrass, argued otherwise. They contended that
Snodgrass.
Shayna's actions on that fateful October night were not self-defense, but the result of a relationship she couldn't bear to see end. They painted a picture of a premeditated act driven by jealousy and obsession.
Bro, it's never that serious.
3 more times, she raises the gun and fires into Ryan Poston's twitching body until she fired the final shot where she knew it would kill him.
The defense, however,
Damn.
stood firm on the assertion that Shayna was a victim, not a perpetrator. They contended that she had
Nigga, what? What you mean she was a victim? She literally just killed somebody because they were about to leave. Come on now, bro.
self-defense.
Yo,
and
this
an
shit is
abusive
getting out of
relationship
hand.
with Ryan.
Degrading her own self-worth. I can't love you. No one can love you. You can't orgasm because you were touched as a child. And
Whoa.
no one will ever love you.
However,
Whoa.
the jury was swayed by the
What did
prosecution's
they-
argument and recommended a severe punishment of 40 years
What
in prison.
the
Hubers'
fuck
legal team
is
sought
going
a
on with this
trial,
court case?
arguing that evidence supporting her self-defense claim had been unfair.
Is that the dried
They
blood?
also petitioned for her to be recognized as a victim of domestic violence, which could reduce her time served before parole eligibility.
Nigga, no.
Despite these efforts,
Lock her
the
ass up
jury
for
still
life.
handed a guilty verdict. As the jury read the verdict, Shayna Hubers broke down in tears.
Good.
We, the jury, find the defendant, Shayna Hubers, guilty of murder under instruction number 5.
Hubers was sentenced to 40 years with the possibility of parole after serving
Nigga,
20
bro,
years.
don't give her any possibility of parole, nigga.
While Shayna Hubers sobbed during her verdict hearing, convicted murderer Camille Gamet
This
was caught
bitch.
smiling, showing no remorse at her sentencing.
Like, bro,
This
she has no
behavior
soul
sent the judge
whatsoever.
into a fit of rage.
You can tell there's no soul behind her eyes whatsoever.
At the Jackson County
God.
Circuit Court in Michigan, 31-year-old Camille Gamet appeared before Judge John McBain for her sentencing hearing. Camille Gamet faced murder charges for killing her 38-year-old boyfriend, Marcel Hill. Hill suffered 11 sharp force trauma wounds and additional injuries inflicted by various various weapons, including
Holy
a frying
shit.
pan, a floor lamp, an end table, and a long knife.
Damn! He was about to use the whole house on his ass.
Neighborhood. Hill was found dead in their apartment, his body showing signs of a violent struggle. As details emerged, it became clear this was no ordinary act of violence. Forensic evidence linked
Nigga,
Gammet's
I'll be
DNA to the
damn
bloodied pan and
a
knife
bitch
that
looking like this
murder.
into my life. I'm
However,
gonna ask
throughout
for a
the
friendly
trial, Gammett claimed
respawn,
she
bro.
acted in self-defense and showed no remorse, even when the victim's family members
'Cause
addressed
no
the court
way.
during the sentencing hearing.
Like, I gotta clap back.
Screamed as you plunged that knife in and out of his body.
While the victim's family members spoke, Gammett rolled her eyes, smirked, and mouthed words. However, Judge John McBain would not tolerate her behavior.
And you're gonna shut your mouth or I'm gonna have some duct tape put on it.
But that didn't end it. Camille Gammett's nonchalant attitude only escalated as she addressed the court.
The way I was portrayed, mostly everything was lies. There was a little bit of truth, but mostly I was convicted off of lies.
Gammett's behavior only escalated the tension in court.
We have no choice but to send her where she will also die.
Facts.
I can't believe she stands before you doing this.
By
Talk
the time
that
the
shit.
judgment was announced, tensions were already running high.
I agree with the family. I hope you die in prison as well.
Yes, sir.
You know, if this was a death
Stand on business, Judge.
the chair.
Camille Gammett was sentenced to life in prison
Yeah.
with the possibility of parole.
W.
Up next, we head to Memphis, Tennessee, where
Okay.
19-year-old Shelby Isaac is appearing
19-year-old.
before the judge for a verdict hearing.
Ah.
Shelby Isaac is accused of first-degree murder for the deaths of Eddie Tate and his girlfriend, Edwina Thomas, who was 8 weeks pregnant at the time. The events
So
unfolded-
shit, bro. That's three counts of murder right there, bro. You just killed an unborn baby, my nigga. Like,
nearly 2 years prior to
yo,
the trial, rooted in a transaction
that's crazy.
that, on the surface,
You're 19
seemed
years old.
mundane.
Your whole
The
life
purchase
ahead of
hair
you.
Extensions valued at $250. Yet this was no ordinary exchange. The prosecution painted a picture of a deal gone awry, alleging that Isaac, dissatisfied with a purchase, arranged a second meeting with Tate under the guise of rectifying the situation. It was during this encounter that Shelby allegedly shot and killed Eddie and his pregnant girlfriend.
She took the time to extend her arm, pointed at these people, pointed in the direction of Edwina Thomas. And we know that she decided to pull the trigger at least 6 times.
The defense, however, challenged the narrative, pointing to a glaring absence of physical evidence linking Isaac to the crime.
When you follow the credible and unbiased evidence in this case, it does not lead you to Shelby Isaac.
The jury, tasked with
Nigga,
determining
what?
Isaac's fate, deliberated over the evidence presented. After intense scrutiny, they reached a verdict that would seal the young woman's future. Judge James Lammy, who presided, read out the verdict.
We, the jury, find the man guilty. Reckless homicide as included in count 3.
Upon hearing the verdict, Isaac's composure shattered, leading to a dramatic outburst in court. The 19-year-old collapsed to the floor. Isaac remained on the floor as deputies tried to revive her. Shelby Isaac was sentenced to 30 years in prison, with
30
no
years.
possibility of release until 2040.
damn, bro. But like, bro, she just graduated
If you
high
thought
school not too
Shelby
long
Isaac was
ago.
dramatic, brace yourself for Amanda Spiduti's reaction during her sentencing. At the Guilford County Courthouse in North
These
Carolina,
fake ass tears,
Amanda
nigga. I don't see
Spiduti
no
appeared
damn
for her
tears
sentencing
rolling down
hearing.
your face.
Spiduti was charged with driving drunk and felony death by
Bro, she look like she do
motor vehicle in a
drugs.
wreck that killed her friends in 2010. In
Damn.
2010, 20-year-old Amanda Spiduti and her friends, 18-year-old Sasha Adela Hoffman and Taylor Lee McCaskill, and 23-year-old Scott Wayne Bedwell, set off for a party after drinking at a friend's house. With a
R.I.P.
blood alcohol level of 20, more than twice the legal limit, Spiduti lost control of the car. Speeding at 90 miles per hour in a 45 zone, she
Yo!
drove off the road, hitting a street sign and then a tree. The
Henry
impact
Ruggs,
hit the
relax.
car, and all
What
three
the fuck?
passengers were pronounced dead at the scene. During the
R.I.P.
sentencing
bro.
hearing,
See,
the
this is why
parents
you should never drink and drive. Like, if you go to a party and you're drinking and shit, for one, you should have a designated driver or whatever. But if you don't, like, bro, just call a Uber, my nigga. Like, it's not that hard. It's not worth losing your life.
Gave
Like, come on now.
testimonies. Scott Wayne Bedwell's father, staring
Shit is
directly
crazy.
at Amanda, delivered his with a heavy heart.
You can still talk to your mother. You can cry with your mother. Eventually you'll laugh with your mother. I cannot. I want to hug my boy.
Taylor McCaskill's grandmother also had some
Damn.
poignant words to share during the hearing, as McCaskill's parents wept in the courtroom.
My life has been changed forever. And Lord, I know you can't possibly
need Taylor as much as her mother and I did.
Spaduti broke down in tears during each of the testimonies. At some point during the hearing, Amanda Spaduti emotionally addressed the court.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I suffer from it every day of my life. I'm so messed up. I suffer from this every single day of my life. I will for the rest of my life.
Amanda Spaduti was sentenced to 7 to 12 years in prison for aggravated felony death by motor vehicle.
It could have been worse, bro.
36-year-old
Could have been much
attempted
worse.
murderer Dinelle Lane, who cut a baby from a stranger's womb. Yeah, you heard that right. In 2015,
Wait, whoa,
Dinelle
what?
Lane, who cut a baby from a stranger's womb. Yeah, you heard that right.
What?
2015,
Bro.
Dinelle Lane, a former nurse aide, fabricated an elaborate lie, convincing everyone she was pregnant. She wore a fake pregnancy belly, doctored ultrasound images, and even held a baby shower. As her fictitious due date neared, the pressure to produce a baby grew unbearable, leading Lane to devise a sinister plan. Dinelle Lane set up a fake Craigslist ad targeting pregnant mothers. On
No
March 18,
fucking way.
2015, 26-year-old Michelle Wilkins responded to the ad and visited Lane. Once there, Lane attacked Michelle, brutally cutting her baby from her womb in
No fucking way, bro. Yo. Bro. This is the definition of down bad. What the fuck? Bro, you really set up a Craigslist to really target pregnant women, my nigga? Okay, bro. This shit is really getting out of hand, bro. Bro, planet Earth is not real. I swear it's not. There's a lot of weird ass niggas.
womb in an act of desperate violence. During the course of the trial, Michelle Wilkins described what had happened to her in court.
I remember she was trying so hard to choke me, and then when she got closer, she just bore down with her whole weight on the heel of her hand over my windpipe. And I just remember everything going black.
Wilkins awoke
Damn.
to the horrifying realization of the violent act Lane had committed on her body.
And I tried to move, and I just felt this really intense pain in my stomach. And I looked down and, you know, I just saw this really big cut across my stomach.
In the aftermath of the assault, Michelle's survival instincts kicked in. Despite her severe injuries, she managed to lock herself in a room and dial 911.
I kept asking for help, because, you know, just staying present was really difficult at the time.
The call to 911 prompted a swift response from emergency services, who arrived quickly. They found Michelle in a state of shock, her abdomen brutally cut open, the life she was nurturing cruelly ripped away. As Michelle clung to life, the police began to piece together the events that had transpired. Dinelle Lane, meanwhile, had arrived at the hospital with the deceased baby, claiming to have suffered a miscarriage. Lane was arrested.
Bro, what? Okay, bro, you're lame as fuck. I swear you are. This is the weirdest fucking case I've ever seen. What do you mean? You set up a Craigslist or whatever for pregnant women. You go to the house, you cut the baby out of her stomach, and then you pretend it's yours and pretend you had a miscarriage? Bro, come on, bro. This is
and charged with attempted murder, unlawful termination of a pregnancy, and 4 counts of felony assault. During Dinelle Lane's sentencing hearing, Michelle Wilkins delivered a heartfelt and emotional address to the court.
You embrace your narcissistic fantasy to fulfill the lie you created, and it was more important than my right to live and Aurora's right to live.
After Michelle Wilkins' statement, the judge was ready to hand down the sentence.
Ms. Lane planned this attack and left Ms. Wilkins to bleed out and die.
As the judge hands her sentence, Dinelle Lane cries silently.
Ms. Lane is to be sentenced to a sentence the court finds, having considered the mitigating circumstances and the aggravating circumstances, that totals 100 years in the Department of Corrections.
Dinelle
bro.
Lane is currently serving her lengthy prison term.
Yes, bro. W, judge.
Finally, we head to the Cuyahoga County.
Okay, last one,
Court in
Ohio.
where
Oh, we saw this. Oh yeah, we saw this one
Mackenzie
before.
Shirilla is appearing before Judge
Yeah,
Nancy
we already
Maruso for a
reacted to
verdict
that
hearing.
before.
19-year-old
If y'all want to go check out my reaction to this case right here, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna leave like the playlist and shit at the end of the fucking video. But hey man, this shit was crazy. This shit was crazy. I don't that last case was just unfucking believable that human beings can be this fucking cruel and shit to take bro, like I just can't like put the words together to see how fucking crazy that shit is, bro. But I hope you guys enjoyed though. If you did, make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe to the channel if you're new. Turn on post notification, get notified whenever I drop another banger video. We're on the road to 200 subs. Help me get them more banger content like this. Without further ado, I'm out. Gang!